$11. Sound better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now. Where I am now. I'm in a special place. I'm but I'm now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FY Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM on your internet, on your laptops, on your telephone, or www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com. Click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning. This is a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Good morning, Miss Sheila Davis. Let's also welcome YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll shout you out later on in the show.
Shout out.
I tell you, Mr. E, it's a fun Friday, wonderful fun Friday in Hampton Roads, Virginia.
And it's a beautiful day, beautiful, fun Friday. I mean, the sun is popping. The temperature is going to be all right. It's going to be beautiful on today. So we got a wonderful end of the week, TGIF, and St. Patty's Day.
Oh, St. Patty, I don't know much about that, but I tell you what, they're getting all the green out of the dollar store and everywhere. But anyway, you all enjoy that. And we're going to enjoy today's show. And right now, we're going to give our current job list before we get into our topic. This is, of course, our Friday, Fun Friday, What's in Your Closet. But we're going to do our listing, and I hope Mr. E is ready.
Get your pen, get your piece of paper, get and jot it down. Put the recorder on for just in case you know someone who needs a JOB. Don't forget that Lowe's and Home Depot, Federal Express, United Postal Service, Amazon, Heritage, Burger King, McDonald's, all of those folks are hiring right now. And our current job listing is United Jewish Federation, looking for an accountants associate, and the Salvation Army is looking for a regional planning giving director in the Richmond area.
Norfolk Public Library, Youth Services, they need a contractual program providers, help and emergency response, homeless, her aftercare coordinator.
For kids, temporary looking for an after-school assistant in Chesapeake, and Children Harbor is looking for lead teacher and assistant teacher.
The YWCA Southampton Roads Resident Services Assistant, they need an RSA. They also need a Director of Human Resources, Crisis Service Specialist, a Hampton Roads Counselor, part-time counselor, and a clinical manager.
North Suffolk Library looking for a library service coordinator at local service full-time, and they're looking for a library associate associate, and the local service part time.
All right, we have the SPCA, that's in Norfolk. They need a medical care coordinator, a licensed veterinarian technician, a veterinary assistant, adoption customer care specialist is needed as well.
The Elizabeth River Project looking for a seasoned educator. Achievable Dreams looking for a grant manager.
Virginia Living Museum, they need a science educator, summer camp seasonal, Eggleton corporate vice president, marketing and development.
Wetland Watch is looking for a development coordinator. The Children's Center looking for a speech language pathologist and a supervisor.
Absolutely. Is there more? I think there is. We have the Children's Center. They need an accounting manager and a pre-K teacher.
RRDTSE Virginia is posting the Salvation Army. The Chesapeake Public Library looking for a library assistant one.
Boys and Girls Club of Southeast Virginia, they need a program leader and a member entry specialist.
Someone let all you know that's been incarcerated, you too can apply. You too can get a job. Don't think that because you've been incarcerated that you can't get a job. No, there's a special program that's been set aside for those who have been incarcerated so that you can get a job and go back to work so you can pay your fine.
Absolutely. So look, it's already posted on our pages. Go to Facebook. You can go to Yolanda Hinton's personal page, Edward Everett's personal page, FYI, hosted by Yolanda Hinton, IFYI page, everybody's page, LinkedIn, you name it. That listing is there. Make sure you share and email it out to friends and
That's right. That's right. All you gotta do is pick up a pen, a piece of paper, write it down, call your neighbor, call your friends, and listen, go to Edward Everett, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton, and guess what? You get a job.
Mr. E, we're still celebrating Women's History Month.
And that's one of the wonderful things in the world to do, to celebrate Women's Month. All month long, we've been talking about and giving great history on great women.
Absolutely. Great women, women that are in the limelight, or women that's just all around you. You know, we want to celebrate every woman. And we're so glad that women make an impact, whether they're on the big stage, whether they have what we call cracked the glass ceiling or whatever.
Yeah.
We are so excited for this wonderful, wonderful month. Mr. E, speaking of the glass ceiling, I've heard that cliche for quite some time. They were hoping when Hillary Clinton was running for president and she would crack that glass ceiling. A woman had never held a position as president, and they thought that this was going to be it. But I tell you what, she didn't crack it. She cracked it enough to get where she was to run for president, but there were others that had come before, and we have a few of them, Mr. E, that have broken those glass ceilings. And speaking of a woman running for president, we had the first Black woman in Congress, Shirley Chisholm.
That's right.
To run for president of the United States.
That's right. Miss Shirley Chisholm was the first African American woman to run for Congress, and she ran for president also.
Yes. So Hillary wasn't the first, but the wonderful, wonderful thing about it, we're here in 2023 with a wonderful woman in the White House as vice president.
That's right.
So she has cracked the ceiling. She has gone to places that not a woman on this planet has been on. I mean, in this United States, being vice president of the United States, that has never happened until now. And it is a joy to see that finally, someone has cracked the code. What did it take, I wonder, Mr. E, to get that woman to become vice president? First of all, I believe folk were ready for it.
That's right. We were ready for it, and it was bound to happen anyway. Because everybody is trying to make history, and it was bound. She had all the right numbers. She had all the right votes. She had
Yes,
everything that was well needed and qualified for her to be a vice president.
absolutely.
A lot of people put it on a majority of her skin color, but I'm
Mm,
not going to look at the skin
wow,
color. I'm not going to look at it because she's a woman. I'm going to look at it because she was qualified to
absolutely.
fit the bill.
And President Biden saw it, it was fitting for him to say, look, I want this lady right here to be the vice president of the United States and run with me. And so you have, people that support and believe in you. And here she is. We have uh, a woman in the White House. I always believed, Mr. E, that this time would come, but I also still believe that there's going to be a woman president in the White
I
House.
believe to this. I believe it also that that's this is just in the makings. That gonna be whether it be African American, whether it be a Caucasian woman, it's gonna be
Yes.
a woman in the White House. What do you think about the first woman in space,
Oh my goodness, how
Miss
exciting.
Valentine Tershkovsky?
Oh,
The
but
first
that's really,
woman in space was Miss Valentina Tereshkovsky,
terrorist over.
a
But this is the
Russian.
thing, Mr. E. That's exciting because we've gotten talking about getting through these ceilings. Uh, some of this stuff wouldn't have never been in the past,
Uh-huh.
and all of a sudden here we are. Where women have made great strides in breaking through to become the first.
That's right. That's right. So this is a Russian woman, was the first lady to be an astronaut. She's a cosmic engineer, politician, was the first woman to fly in space. She was chosen from more than 400 applicants and five finalists to pilot Vostok 6 in June 1963.
Absolutely. And we also have the first Black woman in space, Mae Jemison. And she's an American engineer, physician, and NASA astronaut. She became the first Black woman to travel in space when she went into orbit aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour on September 12th, 1992.
Let's run over to political. Let's run over to politician. The
Yes.
first black woman Secretary of State, Miss
Oh
Condoleezza
my goodness.
Rice. She's
Yes.
got two names. Cedric, the entertainer, had gave her two names. She said one name of hers was Connie, and the other was Lisa.
All
But her
right.
name is Condoleezza
Right.
Rice. So she was the first black woman to be the Secretary of State when appointed by George W. Bush in
Absolutely.
2005.
Yes. So then we also have the first woman Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright. Who doesn't know that Madeleine Albright? Her name has been just hailed throughout the world. Madeleine Albright became the first woman to be the U.S. Secretary of State when she was appointed by President Bill Clinton in 1997. In 2012, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Barack Obama.
Ah, what a wonderful, wonderful. Go ahead on Barack. But here's the biggest portion that I like: the first woman millionaire. The
Oh, that is
first
exciting.
woman millionaire. Her name was Sarah Breedlove,
Oh, yes.
aka Madam C.J.
Well,
Walker. Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
E, when you look at that documentary about her, you see her in a mansion way, way, way back when, before we were even thought of as a black woman. It's just unbelievable that she, not far away from
That's
slavery,
right.
was
That's
able to
right.
become a
1 foot
millionaire.
almost
That's what
into
I'm saying.
slavery. Just
Absolutely.
stepped out of slavery into a millionaire. Miss Walker was an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and an activist. She became the first female to be a
Made,
self-made
oh, I
millionaire
love this
after
one.
starting her line of hair care products.
We have the first woman Supreme Court Justice, Sandra Day O'Connor. She became the first woman to serve on the Supreme Court when nominated in 1981 by President Ronald Reagan. We have since had three other women appointed to the Supreme Court: Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Sotomayor, and Elena Kagan. But as RBG would say, there would be enough women on the Supreme Court, and there are nine. We want more.
That's
We
right.
want more.
Miss Hinton, when we drop down a little bit, I see the first woman to be introduced in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Chain, who Miss Aretha Franklin opened up in 1983. The Aretha Franklin was the first woman to be introduced in the Hall of Fame 4 years later in 1987.
Ooh, let's go to the billionaires. And that's what I'm aspiring to, honey, to be a billionaire. I tell you what, we have the first self-made woman billionaire, Martha Stewart, and then we have the first self-made black woman billionaire, Oprah Winfrey.
Said Oprah, said it ain't so.
This is so exciting. Martha Stewart is an American businesswoman, writer, and TV personality. In 1976, she started a catering company, which led to her writing many books about entertaining and cooking. In 1990, she started her magazine, Martha Stewart Living. Later on, she expanded into a television show and eventually started her company, Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia. Martha became the first female self-made billionaire in 1999 when her company went public. And here we go with Miss Oprah Winfrey. Who doesn't know Oprah Winfrey?
That's right. That's
Is an
right.
American-made proprietor, talk show host, actress, producer, and philanthropist. She started her career as a news anchor, but took over a moving talk show in Chicago in 1983. The show became so successful that it was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show in 1986. She was so popular that she displaced Phil Donahue, isn't that something?
That's right.
As the highest rated talk show host. Oprah later started her own magazine, O, and her own television channel, OWN. By 2003, Oprah became the world's first black female billionaire. Oh my God. In 2013, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Barack Obama.
I want to pause and rewind. Martha Stewart, she did her thing, and then she went and got incarcerated, and
try to be. No, don't say it. But hey, you know, if you got enough money, don't try to get, just come on, do it right. Keep doing it
the right way.
Absolutely.
The first black woman to win an Oscar, and we've been trying to win Oscars for such a long time. Isn't it the Oscar where Chris Rock got slapped?
Oh, slapped, and then had it slapped.
Yeah, that where Chris Rock, Will Smith, and them were cutting up at the Oscars,
And I shouldn't even laugh because that wasn't right.
Miss Hattie broke the mold for him. Miss Hattie McDaniel was the first American actress, singer, songwriter, and comedian. She was the first African American to win an Oscar. She won for her performance in Mammy.
Talking about cracking the glass
Gone in the wind.
Cracking a glass ceiling back then, during that time of segregation and racism. Oh my goodness. I think about the Oscars and how, African Americans do complain time after time. They protest and they saying, wait a minute, we want that voice, we want that place, we want those Oscars. But I'm telling you, way back then, Miss Hattie McDaniel, she broke that glass ceiling saying, hey, you all can come on in. I already made the way.
She made the way.
And although everybody can't get an Oscar, there's plenty that have been nominated and have received the award.
And that's what their folks are striving for in this market for songwriters, for actors, and for comedians, is to get on that big stage. Isn't the Oscar one of the highest awards that you can win?
It's one. Your peers say that, you've done brilliant things and, we want to award you, but regardless of you getting or receiving an Oscar, which, everybody wants in that field, you let your work speak for you.
That's
your
right.
work will make room for you. We have the first woman to win an Oscar for Best Director, Catherine Bigelow. It says, do you know it took until 2010 for a woman to win Best Director at the Oscars? Well, it did, and that was the year that Catherine Bigelow won for The Hurt Locker. And as
And
of
in
2018,
2018,
she
she
was
was
the
the
only
only
woman
woman
to
to
win the title. It's so many women that we can name, but so many have broken through, and it has allowed others to come behind them. Like I said, with our vice president, and we honor and commend her. She's made it so where women in politics can really reach higher heights and go all the way to the top. We believe that we will have a woman president eventually.
That's right.
And so, we just commend these women and things like that. But, Mr. E, as I think about women, it takes a certain thing to help people get to where they are. And support is one of those things. Our topic today is what women want
That's right.
and what women need. Women are still wanting and needing certain things. I wanted to see if anybody wanted to comment on some of the things that they feel that they want in this life. Women are still asking for more respect.
That's right. RESPECT.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They want equality and equity.
that's right.
They're still fighting for the rights for pay, Mr. E. They still want equal pay.
That's right.
Opportunity. Don't shut us out. Don't shut it. Did you all just hear about the first woman or a woman breaking through a place where a woman had never won, a man has won time and time and time and time again in certain field, and we didn't have opportunity. We were just shut out.
That's
But
right.
now women are still looking to get the best opportunities right alongside her counterpart or her partners, her co-workers in the work field. Love and
That's right. They
friendship.
want love. They want love, and they want friendship as well. They just want to be treated properly. Wanted that
Absolutely.
money, and they want power.
And women want support. And we know people don't get where they are without support from someone. If you notice, Mr. E, when we talk about the women, there's always, and so help them
That's right.
too.
That's right.
It's always somebody there to help you to become, open the door and make a way for you. So women want that constant support. And they need support not only from men, but they need support from one another.
Let's open up the phone line and find out what else does women want. What do women want?
What do you want,
Seven
ladies?
five seven 624 9475. That's the telephone number to dial. The lines are available. All you have to do is dial the number. Let us know. Let the world know, what do women want?
Even on our social media feed, you all let us know. Tell us some of the things. Go a little deep. Let us know what you're looking for, what you haven't received that you need. Is it support? Is it more opportunity? Or is your job a dead end job? They don't let the women, or they don't let you even as a person move up. What about another thing? Okay, so we said love and friendship and support, but what about money and power? We want those coins. We want position. If we didn't, we wouldn't strive hard to be the millionaires. We wouldn't strive hard to be the billionaires. We wouldn't strive hard for better jobs, Mr. E. And so we want money. We want to make money. We want to be able to survive because guess what? Women are heading the household more than they ever have in this day and time.
The telephone number to dial is 757 624 9475. That's 757 624 9475. The lines are available. Give us a call and let us know, what do women want. I want to say good morning to Miss Sheila Robbins, Mr. Clayton Bobby, Miss Sheila Davis, Miss Roberta Carter. I want to say good morning to you and a host of others. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. Set up telephone number 757 624 9475. You drive and pick up the telephone.
Yes.
Let us know. Do you want more pay? You want more respect? Do you want more partnership? Do you want more power? 624 9475. That's the telephone number to dial, and the lines are available.
Absolutely. Now, I can remember Oprah Winfrey telling a story about when she was working as a newscaster, uh, TV newscaster, and she said that she wanted to make sure she was getting the same pay. She found out she wasn't getting the same pay as her counterpart, as other co-workers, the male co-workers. And she was like, wait a minute, something wrong with this picture. We're doing the same work, doing the same time, putting in the same time and things like that. Uh, Wait a minute, I need to go to the table and find out why. And so she did. She asked, and her boss said, well, wait a minute, you a woman, what you need money? What you need some money? You don't have no family, you single. To me, that didn't even make sense. And so what she did was she rallied around all the other ladies, and she went and said we need to get a higher pay. And so the boss man said, okay, well we'll give you, but the other ones will not receive higher pay. And so she said, wait a minute, we don't get the same pay, none of us will work.
Going to the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
Yes, we hear you. Doing fine.
I'm fine, thank you. Forgive me for saying this, but I want to be respected, protected, and I want to be provided for. I might be old school, but I never thought women should be equal to men.
Okay.
Because men they should have us covered, That I don't want to be disrespected by men. I want to be respected and everything. And I never thought a woman should be equal to a man.
Okay. Well, thank you for your comments. She said protected. That
Yeah.
wasn't good like that. Respected, protected. And guess what? Women, I think women want men to be in the role that they're in, but they don't want to be second class citizens at all.
757-624-9475. That's the number to dial. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, good morning.
Yes. Let us know how you
And,
feel.
I was sitting in the car and I was listening to the subject that you all on.
Yes.
I know, I feel in my heart, I'm 72 years old, I'll be 73 this month. Matter of fact, tomorrow.
Happy
Wow.
birthday.
But I have learned that women want, they really want to feel like a partner to their mate.
Wow.
I'm your partner, I'm your help. I got your back. I want to be treated like that. A lot of women are making great successes, and I told you this one, and that is wonderful.
Amen.
That is wonderful, especially for our black men.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our black men have lost their feeling of man who how to really treat a woman.
Yeah.
And that's something we need to really work on. It's too much disrespect to women. We used to hold it good or so forth and stuff, and that all that's gone. Why?
Why? That's right.
To make sure wife really feel like she belongs.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's part of you. And you're gonna get there as a people. You're gonna get there. And I'm so sorry to talk about it because it's too late. I think we're gonna be get there, but we'll get there. But you
Thank
gonna pray.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Steve.
624-9475. We got enough time for one more caller. 624-9475. What do women want?
Yes.
The gentleman said something that was so clear as partnership. And they want to feel like they're part of who you are in partners. That if we're gonna roll together, we're gonna be partners in crime.
Absolutely. You're not gonna be a tyrant over a person. You're going to be a partner with them, a helpmeet, and it's going to be mutual respect. Miss D, are we ready to go?
That's right. We're ready to take off.
God bless you all. Come over here for a little bit. We're going to talk about some upcoming shows and serve a little bit of tea. But in the meantime, make sure you enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. And for more information about FYI, give us a call at 757-624-9475. Thank you so much. That's 757-624-9475 is the telephone number to dial for the studio. But give us a call at 757-714-7861. Thank you so much for tuning in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10, right here at WGPL 1350 Peach 95.3 and WPCE 1400 and all social media platforms.
Oh, wow. Mr. E, what women want. That is deep
That's
because
right.
we want, there are things that we need and we want. And when she was saying about protection, the lady said about protection, I thought that was really a good thing because, you do look to men, you look to your fathers, you look to your husbands,
That's right. That's right.
you look to men to be, that protector and we're protected too. We're protected too, but we're talking about protection in the way that God sees a man. We don't want the role of, we don't want to say, hey, I want to pull the man down, but we don't want to be pulled down either. We do not want to be considered second class citizens, and we will fight. We will fight like a cat for our rights. There are some people or men that think that they are lord over a woman. And when a man starts disrespecting a woman and fighting a woman and all that, that is so far away from what a relationship should be. And so, we do honor our husbands, our fathers, and men, but we want to make sure we're respected to the place where we have that voice. We're able to be virtuous and do the work that we were called to do. We want to continue to be who we are. We're people. We may be voluptuous and beautiful and all that kind of good stuff. But hey, we're people with a mind, and God has given us gifts and talent, just like a man. Just like a man has his gifts and talent, we have our special gifts, and we want to use it. We don't want to be shut down. Oh well, women don't need to work. Women don't need to have pay. Women don't. Women do. We need to do it because guess what? A woman now in this day and time, Mr. E is running households.
That's right. That's
She
right.
has to. She wants to be in business. She wants to she wants to be like that virtuous woman. Go to the to the market and sell her goods. You see women all over social media with so many beautiful products and things that they have invented and things. These are gifts that God has given us. And so we're not going to sit back and put our gifts under our bush. We're not going to hide, and we're going to market what God has given us to market. We're going to do the job that we're going to do.
And Miss Hinton, when we think about what the gifts and talents of a woman, because if we look at it, if we're going to be partners in crime, just in case that the Lord decided to take one home, at least they'll be able to take over from one to another. It won't be no slacking there. The house will still be runnable, and they still can, do their own thing. Here's where I think a lot of men get out of character when it comes to their wives or woman, that they think that they the boss. They think that, and they look at it wrong, and they, like the gentleman said, they want to disrespect, but you want that queen. You want her to be by your side, and you want her to walk with you to make you look good. Don't you know that when a woman walks with her man, it makes him look strong and make him look good.
Yes.
And sometimes you want that to happen, so you got to treat her like a lady.
Absolutely. And even if a woman does not have a significant other, boyfriend or husband, she still wants to be that queen. She still wants to be virtuous and do the things that God has given her to do. She still wants those gifts. She wants to, she wants to be powerful. She wants to have money. She wants to have the greatest job. She wants to be educated, and she doesn't want to be kept away from doing it. If she's a mechanic, let her be a mechanic.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
if she is a plumber, let her be a truck driver. Don't put her in a category where you want to shut her down because you feel like, well, that ain't a job of a woman. If she has a gift for it,
that's right.
It should be her job. But women are still fighting for equal pay. They are still fighting for equal rights. They're fighting for the, to have power over their own bodies and say over what they do with their bodies and themselves. They're still fighting for, education. It's so many things, positions. And it's funny that we got to fight for it.
When I look at a woman in the competition in this world, I look at as an African American who still has to fight for everything they need. When you look at a woman, and when you look at an African American has to fight for everything they need. And not only do African Americans has to fight for everything, but when you look at some of these handicapped people, these folks that's in these wheelchairs, they got to fight for every benefit. But to be a woman and still had to fight, and to be an African American and still had to fight. Come on now, when we gonna stop and resolve this fighting issue? Somebody said the other day, is racism still here today? Yes, it's still here today, and the only person that's getting that backlash is that black person, that African American person who is, being a backlash for everything and trying to do this and trying to do that. So if an African American person is going through, but you guess what a woman has to endure.
I tell you what, still fighting for rights in
2023.
Still trying to get what's hers rightfully as a person, as a citizen, and all of us should have rights to live and exist as humans, civil rights. We're still fighting for civil rights for everybody. It's amazing, Mr. E, but I tell you what, we are so glad and happy and proud to be celebrating this month, this History Month, and we're going to keep celebrating. We have some upcoming shows. Mr. E will tell you about that in a little bit. At this time, we're going to serve a little bit of tea before you give information about who's coming on next week.
That's the teapot going off, but we can serve some tea.
Pick up that cup. We got that served. Mr. E, I ordered some jasmine tea. Now,
that's one of the best tea in the world.
Good.
The jasmine tea has 13 benefits for the body if you drink that jasmine tea. And I often wonder why the Chinese is so skinny, or the foreigners, because of that jasmine tea.
It is so delicious. Jasmine tea is so delicious.
Serve the tea. Serve the tea.
Mr. E, let's talk about the casino.
Cha-ching.
Now, Mr. E, now listen to this. $24 million. The Casino Enforcement Virginia, that's what they've been pulling in for this last month. And Mr. E, can you tell me something? Who got $24 million? Who's spending all that money at a daggone casino? $24 million. Somebody has some money.
Miss Hinton, let me pause and rewind. It's 24.5.
Oh my goodness.
24.5 million has been pulled into the casino. Well, I often say, who has that kind of money? But when you go to that casino, guess what you see? I had to put them out there. Oh. This is tea time. This is tea. I ain't never seen so many crutches, so many.
Because I can confirm, look, when you go to MGM in Maryland, Washington, yeah, somebody got some money. Somebody in those wheelchairs, because they in the house. Let me tell you, that's true.
That's right. That's right. I've never seen so many canes, so many crutches in the casino in my life. Never seen so many, folks with dysfunctions, ailments. I mean, they sitting up there. Y'all, please forgive me, but I saw this the other day when I look at a man sitting like this.
It's the truth now.
And pulling the one-arm bandit, and his arm can barely move, but he's pulling that bandit.
Somebody got some money, Mr. E.
That's who's in the casino. $24
in a month?
$24 million in 1 month.
It's just too much.
If you multiply that times 12, good gosh almighty.
Talking about money, I mean, I can imagine the one coming up in Norfolk, and then now all the other cities, Petersburg, Richmond, they want casinos.
And then that one Rosie in Newport News saying, y'all just beat us out of our supper,
That's all right.
But and there's wealth going around.
It's a lot of wealth.
Just got opened up. They're not saying anything about the entertainment. They're not saying it. They're saying that it's raking in the Do, Ray, and Me.
Duckies, I
Yeah,
mean, the money is coming through. But hey, I've been over there to I walk through, and people in there playing. They coming in by the scores. They got great restaurants. They're gonna have a hotel there, shopping, shows. So hey, it's a lot to do, and there's a lot of money to be made over there.
Miss Hinton, let's take off.
Are we going? Where we going? We going on in the air.
We're going to Japan.
Let's
Let's
go
go,
to
let's
Japan.
go to Japan. And ladies and
Japan.
gentlemen, we are now landing in Japan, Okinawa, Japan. So you may unbutton your seat belts now as we land.
Ooh, and what are we landing? What are we on that we're landing?
Well, the new inventions that come out this engine is we own a bicycle,
Uh,
a flying bicycle.
the first, and talking about that's what we're talking about. The first of stuff.
Yeah,
This is the first. There's a flying bicycle. If you all go to YouTube, let's see if you can find that YouTube address. We can give it to them, where they can see the first flying bicycle, and it looks like a jet ski in the air, Miss Lee, to me.
that's right.
And
That's right.
but it's going to be on the market soon. And look, you all just rewind, go back to the Jetsons, go back to some of the other things that you've seen in movies. This is our today and our future. You're going to be seeing more and more and more things that you didn't think was going to happen. At one time there wasn't a cell phone. At one time there wasn't a car.
That's
At
right.
one time it wasn't an airplane. And look at where we are. It wasn't a computer at one time.
That's right.
And so look at where we are. And so now there's a flying bicycle.
That's
You're going to
right.
see flying cars like in the Jetsons. You're going to see a whole lot of things that you didn't think would exist, but they're here now.
Miss Hinton, that's a flying bicycle
That
right
is
there.
the coolest.
And if I get one, guess what I'm going to do?
Get one.
Miss Hinton, when we talk about the Jetsons, and you turn around and you go down to some of these restaurants. I went to the restaurant the other day, and guess what I saw? Serving food.
It's amazing.
A robot bringing
Yes.
food to your table, and the waitress sit back with her arm folded up, and the robot runs to you and say, "Here's your food."
You all go see Will Smith. It's been out for a few years. iRobot.
Yeah,
Go and see that movie and see the future, honey. You all may not think, but honey, the future is right.
that's right.
Right. The things that are happening right now are things that have been talked about. Go and look at some of these movies. Go and look at some of these cartoons. Go and see where man has produced what he can imagine.
That's
It's
right. That's
amazing.
right. And then I saw on TV the other day, it's a self-propelled, not self-propelled, but a lawnmower robot where nobody was pushing it. He was cutting grass all by himself.
Let's talk about something in the water. Something in the water just dropped the list of those that are going to be performing. And it's going to be very, very interesting. Now, let me tell you all something. Something in the water is really good. I've been to both of them. I'm going to this third one. And the talent is awesome. It's so many people. The food is good. It was in Washington, D.C. on last year. Me and my family went. But this year is back home in Virginia Beach by the water. We're going to be there. And we're going to be covering some of the events and things like that that's going on. So you all stay tuned. People are excited.
That's right. Listen, let me give you a few people that's going to be at something in the water.
Yeah, give us some of that update. The update
100
list.
GECS, Babyface Ray, Bad, Not Too Good, Black Chef Chaka, your girl gonna be there, Grace Jones will be there. I saw her on TV this morning.
SWV.
Yeah, SWB will be there. Machine Gun Kelly will be there.
Well, give us some names that folk know.
Lil Wayne gonna be there. That's gonna
They
be
have
in
an
the
update too.
place. And that's gonna Wu-Tang
Twain.
Clan gonna be there, and it's gonna be
The young
pandemonium.
lady
Yeah.
that Summer who just won for she just won for the what you call it not opera but blues, jazz and blues. She's so good. She's gonna be there. It's just gonna be wonderful. This is the thing about Pharrell. He comes with the list But I promise you, he has some great surprise you won't believe. It is really, really a fun, no nonsense. You won't see a lot of foolery and stuff going on in those festivals, but it's really nice. Make sure you support. There are other things too coming to the Hampton Roads area, but make sure you all support something in the world.
They gonna
Tell them to see that everything is not paid. You
That's
don't have
right.
to buy tickets for everything, but there are some free things,
That's right.
free concerts, gospel stage, and all that stuff is free as well.
And they're giving information. There will be a shuttle bus running each day at 12 p.m. from the Veterans United Home
Yes.
Loan Amphitheater, and it's $50 fee per person.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
marvelous.
Yeah, starting at $50. So you don't have to drive your car, park your car there, and jump on the bus, Gus.
Absolutely. So look, we are so glad to be able to be with you. Don't forget to join us Monday on Sports Talk. Our upcoming show, Mr. E is coming.
Show.
Let me say, yeah, Mr. E, you go ahead and do that. We're going to have Stephanie Morales, which is going to be on next Friday, our women's segment. Then we're going to have Mr. Morales, who's going to be there on Wednesday. What's under the hat? Issues concerning men. That's going to be wonderful and fun. We're going to have more serving that tea, and we're going to have our Monday show, which is at Monday evening, 6 p.m. show, and we're just going to have a wonderful, wonderful time.
That's right. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor of the Most Talked About Radio Show, don't forget that attorney Stephanie Morales will be with us, and her husband will be with us on what's underneath the hat, issues concerning men, dealing with the Women Month. I call them both Beyonce and
Jay-Z.
Because they got that swag. And don't forget to join us. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor of the Most Talked About Radio Show, all you have to do is pick up the telephone and give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. If you want to be a special guest on our After Dark segment, all you got to do is drop us your email. That's all you got to do. Drop us an email, and guess what? We'll pull you in.
All right. Thank you, Katrina Brown, for joining us. Sheila, my sweetheart, we're praying for you. Sheila the family lost a great auntie, Jean, and we're praying for your family. Sheila Davis, thank you. She said she loved that song. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you all that are on. Clayton, Bobby, thank you. All the callers and all those that have supported us. We want to say thank you. We want you to have a wonderful weekend and join us back here. Don't forget the ladies' pies, Raw Ladies' Pies, or the book. Bullying is right underneath your nose, and the music, and also Young Women Achieving Success, recruiting girls 10 to 17 years old. So be blessed. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Don't forget.
Oh, and don't forget to look at some sports now. We got the NCAA.
That's
Make sure you all check them out. We're
Madness.
going to be talking about that on Monday.
Norfolk State plays today.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you all have a blessed day.
2 up,
All right.
2 down. BA.